Hello, everybody. So I want to send this message straight to John Mahama. John Mahama, in your speech, I realized you spoke like how every politician will speak, choosing their words wisely, especially when they are hungry for power. It's so funny how the masses have taken your personal opinion as validation, riding on the waves of ignorance as usual, using religion and faith. You are entitled to your personal opinions, and we respect that. You don't need to repeat yourself. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. And thank you for not imposing your personal opinions on Ghanaians. But this is where I have the problem. Are you saying that John Mahama, who is well educated, well exposed, doesn't know trans people exist? John Mahama, of course, I know there are different types of humans, but I'll just pretend because the masses are ignorant. John Mahama, do you know that every Ghanaian is entitled to their basic human rights? And I'm in Ghana, and the masses do not even know what their basic human rights are. They don't even have water. John Mahama, of course you know some people are born intersex, but the masses don't know because they are ignorant. You said your faith. Is Ghana governed by religion? Because that is what everybody is riding on. Religion. In case you've forgotten what your religion preaches about, your religion preaches about love, about compassion. That is why in 2020, when your adulterous scandal came out, that earned you the name Papano, your religion protected you. Your religion showed you love, even though adultery is a sin in the Bible. So, if your religion can show you love, show you compassion for being an adulterous man, that is a sin in the Bible, why can't your religion show love to the LGBT community? Should I mention some names of some adulterous religious leaders? Some adulterous politicians, some pedophiles? Yet you people sit down and use your religion and faith to cover your sins. You should be ashamed of yourselves. None of you are saints. So how do you expect us to vote for you when you only care about the fiscal impact this anti-LGBT bill is going to bring upon the Ghanaian economy? You only care about money and power. You don't care about the safety, security, and well-being of the oppressed minorities. But you need the votes of the oppressed minorities, right? You need the votes of the same people you are criminalizing. Now, let me tell you those who need to be criminalized. The politicians in parliament there, the so-called big men in power, they need to be criminalized. The politicians and religious leaders who are using their influence, money, and power to lure little children to sleep with them, the pedophiles, they need to be criminalized, not the LGBT community. Now, let me tell you all Ghanaians, don't mistake pedophilia for LGBTQI+. No. LGBT people frown on pedophiles. Being a pedophile is not LGBT. Pedophilia is a crime and it's a sin. All those are in R. It is you who is supposed to go to prison because pedophilia is not LGBTQ. LGBTQ people do not pay people to sleep with them. Parents, when your children come back from school, when they come back from their boarding houses, check their anus. You will find out that it is that reverend father, it is that uncle that you trust, it is that politician, it is that big man, it is that businessman who is having unnatural carnal knowledge with your child and not an LGBT person. Alan Bagman, pedophilia is not our culture. What do you expect if we have a man like Alan Bagman, a pedophile, as our Speaker of Parliament in Ghana? A man who slept with his wife's junior sister. Incest. Yet, you want to come and criminalize LGBT people. All those pedophiles hiding behind "it's our culture." You should be ashamed of yourselves. What kind of rotten culture is that? To sleep with minors and say it's our culture. The LGBT community is not asking for marriage. The LGBT community is asking that their basic human right as Ghanaians to live freely should be met. That is it. Criminalizing LGBT people is colonial and is not African. Before the white man came, queer people were living in peace and in harmony in Africa. Our forefathers didn't have any issues with Kojo Besia because Kojo Besia existed. And you, Sam Georgina Kabuki, find somewhere and go and sit down. Get lost and stop moving around and making noise there. John Mahama gave his personal opinion and not the opinions of Ghanaians. He said it was his personal opinion. He didn't force his personal opinion on Ghanaians because he knows he cannot rule Ghana with his personal opinions. This is the difference between you and John Mahama. That is why John Mahama will continue to be your boss. He will continue to be your president, and you will continue to be his slave. Georgina Kabuki, go and sit somewhere because when intellectuals are talking, you are not supposed to be there. That is not your space. Don't come and ride on John Mahama's personal opinions to manipulate and misinform Ghanaians. A lot of you politicians sitting down in parliament that you hate each other. And if Ghana was ruled by personal opinions, sentiments, and feelings, a lot of you would have been in prison by now. But let me tell you, Ghanaians are becoming wiser. They are not daft. They are not stupid like you. Ghanaians know you are doing this for power, money, and fame. So get lost. And who is that black rasta? You failed marijuana advocate. What were you saying about me? You are the reason why marijuana is still illegal in Ghana because the politicians see you as a clown. Junkie like you. You were using Efia to describe yourself. It wasn't Efia you were talking about. You were telling Ghanaians how junkie you are. If you are frustrated and angry, please take me out of your mess. Even you want to ride on the ignorance of Ghanaians to say things about the LGBT community which are not true. Can you imagine? Yes, I said if Parliament they should pass the bill. I said it. What can you do about it? Tell me. You cannot come and intimidate me. I am the last person you will try that with. Don't ever. I will not allow you to disrespect me or any other person. You Black Rasta, stop going around and misinforming people. Who told you poverty is what has made people LGBT? Are you telling me that the politicians who are LGBT people, they are poor? Are you telling me that the children of politicians, religious leaders, and what have you who are LGBT members are poor? There's a difference between a sex worker and a person who was born naturally an LGBT person. Other men who are sleeping with men for money are sex workers and not LGBT people. Have that straight. And to you Ghanaian journalists who are black, who come and sit on the TVs and radios as saints, as white, come and fuel hate against the LGBT community. You and I know ourselves. Your time is coming soon. Your days are numbered. I'm going to expose you all soon. Since it's comfortable for you to use your platforms to fuel hate, don't worry.